The bodyweight chest fly takes a traditional exercise and layers on all the benefits of calisthenics training, allowing us to better target the upper portion of the chest compared to other chest exercises, more on that later, while also benefiting from us being forced to create full body tension to counter the instability of gymnastics rings. So that's what we'll be going through today, a full and comprehensive bodyweight chest fly tutorial. Let's get into it. How you doing, Cali Crowd? Welcome back to the channel that makes calisthenics simple. Diving straight into it, this exercise is not the most intuitive, is very easy to get wrong and is deceptively difficult. So we'll go through the setup and form cues to make sure that we get the most out of the bodyweight chest fly. We want to set the rings up so that when leaning forwards, our arms end up roughly perpendicular to our body. We want to keep our shoulders depressed away from the ears and in this protracted and externally rotated position to begin with. We can avoid internally rotating the shoulder by slightly turning the wrists and elbows outwards. This will also help stop the delts from overtaking this movement. Essentially, our starting position should look like this. Arms out in front of us, tension on the ring straps, core brace. The first part of the movement is to retract the shoulders as we spread our arms wide. Allow a slight bend in our elbows throughout the movement, and as our hands move further apart, allow our weight to create that stretch on the chest. It's this deep eccentric stretch that makes the bodyweight variant of this exercise so valuable when it comes to building muscle. From here, use the chest to drive ourselves back up, keeping that slight bend in the arms until we get back to that starting position. You may be wondering why I propose this as an exercise that is better suited to working the upper portion of the chest. Well, for us to understand this, we first need to understand that the pec major is made up of three constituent parts: the clavicular head, the sternocostal head, and the abdominal head. When we raise our arms to shoulder height as we do in a chest fly, we can see that this upper chest, the clavicular fibers, run side to side. So by keeping the arms relatively high and wide in relation to our forward lean and shoulders, we better activate these side to side clavicular fibers of the chest as we adduct the arms, as opposed to the arrowhead arm position in, say, a push-up that puts more of a focus on the sternocostal head of the pec major. Now, you may also be asking why it's okay to send the elbows so far out from our midline when this is seen as a big no-no in other pushing movements such as push-ups and dips. And the key thing to be aware of is what is going on at the shoulder in all these movements. In the bodyweight chest fly, at the point where we would have the most amount of force acting on the shoulder joint, i.e. the bottom, the shoulders are externally rotated, so this force instead goes to where we want it, namely the clavicular fibers of the chest. We cannot externally rotate the shoulder at the bottom of a push-up, for example, without the forearms and elbows falling completely out of line, and so we'd more likely experience impingement problems if we had the elbows all the way out here. I mentioned that the bodyweight chest fly is more difficult than it looks, and regressing or progressing bodyweight chest flies can bring about their own challenges. To scale back most gymnastics ring exercises, we adjust the height of the rings or the amount of lean. But this isn't exactly the case when it comes to the bodyweight chest fly. Decreasing the lean means that we either risk losing tension at the top of the movement or shifting the arm position so much that we turn this into a deltoid exercise. Instead, we can regress bodyweight ring flies with bands. Holding a resistance band in each hand as we perform this movement allows for support at the hardest part, the bottom. Now we can get that deep stretch on the chest that we're looking for, but crucially, we can move out of this position without compromising the integrity of the connective tissue of the chest. Progressions can be achieved with pause reps, lowering the rings, or by simply adding weight. Or if you're an absolute beast and working on straight arm conditioning for moves such as the iron cross, then we can progress by straightening out the arms. But if you're doing the bodyweight chest fly right, it should be a long time before you're escalating to these sort of methods. I cannot stress just how humbling this exercise is. But that's it, crowd. Quick bodyweight chest fly tutorial for you all. And if you want to know of an excellent exercise that works well when paired with a chest fly, then check out this video right here.